Happy Friday! I hope you've had a fantastic week and that you've got terrific things planned for the weekend. I wanted to share with you some resources through Realtor.org. If you weren't aware, this week was the Legislative Meetings and Trade Expo in DC. Well, okay, it was supposed to be in DC. It ended up being virtual. But each year around this time, realtors just bombard DC and run around to the different legislative offices and meet with senators and Congress people, talking about issues that we think are important and how it can help and benefit consumers. So you've got your people working for you in DC too. Anyway, but we don't realize that there's also a resource out there. Sometimes we forget that there's a resource out there for us that comes with our dues, and that's our Realtor.org website, or nar.realtor. There are a couple things I want to make sure you're aware of there because they came up through some of the legislative meetings, and it's got some new information in there that I think is helpful and beneficial as you start to redirect your business planning or as you start to develop new areas of expertise. I think it's a great way to get statistics that can help you. And it's not just national statistics, it can be local also. So all you need to do is log into nar.realtor or realtor.org. And the first place I want you to take a look is under Research and Statistics. Under Research and Statistics, there are set research reports. By clicking on those, you'll get an idea of how NAR does their research. Plus, there are some, guess what? Free, yes, you heard me right, free reports that you can pull that'll give you some background, some information, help you connect with your customer base. And that's if you just scroll on down, you'll see the primary reports. For example, there's the one on the Realtor Confidence. This is a new report that was done just recently, a survey to realtors across the U.S. Some of you may have even participated in it. It's a good report. It talks about our beliefs in the strength of the market and where it's going. Also, the highlights, the buyer and the seller profile highlights, man, take this report, take this summary, take a look at it, see how it fits into where and what you're marketing. It's a great tool to use. It comes out every year. Highly recommend you watch for it. Use it to get to know what the expectations of the consumers are for you. And then, of course, there's the local market reports. And these local market reports are exactly that, local. So you can customize the information a little bit to your local market. So these are three reports that I think are important to use. Plus, if you weren't aware of them, they are on your Realtor.org website under Research and Statistics. The other thing I really like you to take a look at is if you click on Presentation Slides. Click on Presentation Slides under Research. What that's going to take you to is Recent Presentations. Well, Lawrence Yun, the NAR economist, gave a great presentation the other day as part of the legislative meetings, and the slides are available to you right here. So the Residential Economic Issues and Trends Forum, I really like a lot of the things he was sharing. He's a great guy to listen to. I mean, he's funny in a dry sense of humor way, but he's got some great numbers. So if your nerdy side gets to you and you want to pick up some of those statistics, this is a great, very recent information about what's happening in our market and what are some expected or anticipated outcomes from the recent pandemic. So a way to kind of start informing yourself, keeping yourself abreast of what's going on. So that's definitely something I think you should take a look at. It comes from the legislative meeting, so it's very recent information. Just this week, right off the presses, as of his presentation was Wednesday. So really great information. The last thing I just wanted to bring up to you is from the meeting. In other words, if you come over to events and you come on down to Legislative Meetings and Trade Expo, that's what was just occurring. If you click on that, it'll take you to the Legislative Meetings and Expo actual page. It may not be as interesting to you, but the meetings and sessions, and then the conference session resources. So when we're talking about free resources, conference session and resources, if you click on that, Brian Buffini did a great presentation during the meetings that was all streamed live, so it was really very cool. And there's something in the Brian Buffini that you can access through Brian Buffini, or you can access his website, or you can access it through the NAR website. There's a challenge that he's got going right now, which I think is kind of cool, because as part of this whole pandemic, I think sometimes we get lost in it and we forget to take care of ourselves. And this is a challenge. It's called the 5 Fit Circle Challenge. You can access it right through the NAR website or the Brian Buffini site. And it's a way to kind of take a look and remind yourself of how important it is to stay balanced, that good old balance wheel. And it's a challenge that you can access. And then it focuses on 5 different resources or 5 different elements within your personality and your life, things that we forget about sometimes when we're going 120 miles an hour. So things like our spirituality or our core health, our family, our business, 3 definite elements. And then, of course, there's the financial and the personal. So spiritual, family, business, financial, and personal. So it's a 5 fit circle challenge. Take a look at it. I think it's great. We are restarting in a new way. I think it's a great way to keep ourselves connected. So don't forget about your NAR website. Got some great resources. Go to the resources tab and you can pull up some reports that are free. That'll give you great insight and help you make a plan for how you're going to move forward. Plus, use some of the resources that came out of the recent legislative meetings to keep yourself abreast of what's going on, like the slides from Lawrence Yun. If you have trouble finding these things or you need help with them, you can reach out to me at cleblond@cbbfl.com or call me at 904-537-6149. And I hope you have a great weekend. Take care.